I feel like I feel so liberated. I feel like I can do anything right now.
Yeah.
And going back to what we were saying, it's a ripple effect of me taking the plunge. What else am I not pushing myself out there for?
Oh yeah, this is a big
Right?
one for me. I think. How's it going, everyone? And welcome to a very special episode of the Baldcafe podcast. We are here with Ben, who joined us on the live series. Right, he was episode 8,
Yes.
and for the very first time, guys, we've got an in-person podcast. Right, we're meeting up here, and so this is a special time, Ben.
It is. It is. It's so crazy, like how we had that conversation, like on Skype, and you were on the other side of the country, other side of the world.
Yeah.
Wow! And then now you're here, so it's so weird.
It's it's a special
crazy.
moment, and it's great to be here. Great to have you on.
No, thank you for having me.
And long may it continue. You know, this is where I really want to take the podcast. So it's just good to finally get it started. You know, this is a big reason why I came back to the UK, and here we are. So hey, let's just get started, shall we?
Let's do it, man.
First of all, I should mention though.
Oh yeah. Oh, you got this. This is so sick.
No shame. We've got the Baldcafe merch
It's
out
beautiful.
here. Beautiful motif.
You'll recognize who this is, by the way.
Featuring myself and Adam in this Blade Runner style.
It's beautiful.
Guys, the link will be in the description. If you want to support Baldcafe, go ahead.
I am
grab
100%
one of those.
buying a shirt.
Anyway, let's get on with it. So we got Ben here, and it's been, how long has it been now since you took the plunge?
Wow, I think this might be a month.
A month already.
Wow.
That's a long time.
It has been a long time.
And we've just been in your house.
Yeah.
You gave us a fantastic breakfast, so thank you for that.
No, thank you.
Coffee, croissants, the lot.
I didn't eat, so it was only like fed that we all ate together. So.
There we were in the very room where it took place.
Yeah.
And now let's talk a bit about the feedback on that episode. Like, there was some really good feedback.
There was.
Huge shout out to your mum, by the way.
Incredible woman.
And she was giving you a lot of support in a very unique motherly style, you know?
Right.
I didn't include it in my video, but we'll link your video, right? Because you had a really sort of in-depth conversation with her before you took the plunge, right? And
we did, yeah.
And she admittedly did show some, I don't want to call it resistance, but she was...
It was a bit of resistance.
Yeah.
We could call it resistance.
Yeah.
It was a bit of like, especially when it's your loved ones, right?
Yeah.
Even my brothers would say, oh, I don't think it's a good... Even in the video, he's like, I'm not too sure if I want to do this or not.
Yeah.
My mum was like, I don't know, maybe do this later on, not before you go to a wedding, or not before, like, we have a lot of things coming up, because you don't know how you're going to feel about it. I think it was more because of how I was going to feel.
Yeah.
I think from her point of view.
It seemed like she was just unsure, right?
Yeah.
I think she was unsure, and she was, are you sure you want to do this? But then as you were doing it, I think she was happy for you. You could see she was really happy for you.
She was. My brother also, like, if you see the video, the more they were shaving more hair, the more they were like, this looks good.
Yeah.
This is not that bad. This is actually quite good. Like, you look good. And it was like so nice, because if they said it looked rubbish, right, then I'm like, oh, well, this is a bad idea. But that helps so much when you're shaving your hair. You have people around you while it's happening. It actually looks fine, and it gives you that confidence as you the moment you enter that next phase.
Yeah, it seemed like, straight away after you'd had it done, or you'd done it, your brother had helped you there.
Yeah.
You could go out there in the world already feeling good about it. So let's start there then, right? So you did it, after years of sort of umming and ahhing, not sure how to deal with it. And you even got some reactions. I know you've been to a lot of weddings. You've been out there in the public. So just go for it, man. How has it been?
So the day it happened, shaved it off. My youngest brother didn't see it. His reaction was crazy as well. He was like, I can't believe this happened.
Yeah.
Like, he was just more in shock and if anything. And then I think the next day was going out in public. And I didn't tell anyone. I think the only people that knew in the world was you and my family. That was it. No one else in the whole world knew, right? So then I left the house. I went to a friend's birthday in central London. We went to like this Kew Gardens, beautiful place. I'm like, cool, I can get a really good picture here to drop on the Instagram and like everyone lose their minds or whatever. And I went there. I recorded some stuff. I was pretending I was taking a video of them, like a picture of them. I said, by the way, here it is.
Yes.
They lost their minds. They're like, what? And then it was so nice to see them say, you look great. Like, you suit it. I like it. They said that they really liked the look, and that was so nice for me as well. then leaving that straight away, going to the wedding, seeing family members as well, and taking my hat off, and everyone was like, "You pull it off so well.
Yeah.
You pull it off so," and that gives you so much more confidence
Yeah.
in terms of doing it. Because this whole time you're like, "What am I gonna look like? Like bald? What am I gonna look like? Shaving my hair off?" And you get so many like scenarios in your head where, oh, people are not going to like me as much. Oh, I'm not going to get attention anymore. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. But it was honestly so liberating.
Yeah.
And then especially this last month, I started a new job. I interviewed with hair, which is crazy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, so I interviewed with hair.
Yeah.
I interviewed with hair, like, I think it was about 2 weeks prior to shaving it. And I walked in there. And then I think so I was kind of, the manager that hired me walked in. He was on leave, but he came into the office. He went, hey, Ben, how's it going? They kind of stopped for like this moment. And you can tell in his head, he was like, I don't know if did you have hair before? Did you not?
Yeah.
I hope you're settling in well, all this stuff. And then it's crazy. No one brings it up.
No.
You know what's so crazy? Like, you always think that if I walk around with no hair, someone's going to be like, oh, he's hairless. Oh, he's doesn't have hair. Oh,
Yeah.
he's bald or whatever. But actually, you know what's crazy? No one cares.
Yeah.
It's actually, it's so crazy. No one actually cares, like, how you look like. Because their first entry point to you is you right there.
Yeah.
So what was so interesting is I started a new job, like, in a building full of people, and their first entry point is me without any hair.
Yeah.
Right? So, and it's the same reaction I would get from regular people anyway.
Yeah, it's strange how, I mean, we've talked about it loads, when you think, the reactions are the thing, or, you know, it's high up there, that people fear the most. And I'd say time and time again, people almost don't react. Friends, family, fine, especially if you ask them, but the general sort of population, that especially that don't know you, they don't care. Like
no one cares.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one actually cares.
It's almost like a disappointment at that point, because you spent so long worrying
building
about
this up
it.
in your head, right?
And then when you think, why? That's why I say to people, as soon as you do it, get out there as soon as you can, out into the world. Go sit in a coffee shop. Go sit in a busy restaurant, and just look at people not looking at you.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is quite interesting. What I started to do initially is we got a lot more hats.
Right.
I think to be honest, I think that's the point that you tried to make in your previous video as well. I really like hats anyway.
Yeah.
I love it as an accessory. But what I'm trying to do now is purposely not wear hats.
Yeah.
Just to be like, let me just like, even though I'm in public, I'll take it off or whatever.
Yeah.
Even in a restaurant, I'll take it off. We're walking around, I'll take it off sometimes, we'll have a laugh. But like, taking it off completely, you know.
At least initially, right?
Initially. To help you get through that a little bit.
Yeah, because I think when you do this, when you do the head shave, you've got to go all out.
Literally.
Right? It's you just got to go all out with it. Don't hold back. Just embrace the look fully.
Exactly.
You know, if you can do that, you've really set yourself up for success with it.
Literally. I think that's the best thing. I think it's taking that plunge anyway.
Yeah.
And just going, I think that's with life anyway. Just go all out with everything. Like, just own it.
Yeah.
Just, this is who you are. And it's so liberating.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you, like, how liberating it was.
There was another reaction now included in my video. Was that just a mate? You were sat on the sofa there watching the football.
That was my youngest brother.
Oh, that's your youngest brother.
Yeah, that's my youngest brother, yeah.
Okay, so he was like, you look like Foozy Tube, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
and then he said to you, he was like, do you regret it?
Yeah.
You know, and I loved when you just sort of sat there and you just reflected from it and you thought,
yeah, I did.
You know what? Like, no,
yeah.
not at all.
That was a very candid moment.
Yeah.
I was recording his reaction, but that engagement was so candid because I just sat there touching my head and I went, I don't.
Yeah,
actually don't. Like, I don't regret it at all.
Don't regret it at all. Yeah.
At all.
And it was just almost a strange. I just thought, why? I wonder why he asked that. You know,
yeah,
like,
that's,
do you regret
that's interesting, isn't it?
Because it's like, I'm not sure what he thinks or what he was thinking the regret would be. Like, what would you regret? Because it's like, I've just shaved my head.
Yeah.
And maybe you thought, oh, maybe you're just not going to like it and grow it back, maybe, you know. I think it's difficult for some people if they haven't done it themselves.
I agree.
Or they haven't been losing their hair. They probably don't know how
he's
it feels.
lucky. He's got locks, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But, like, what's crazy, actually, is since I shaved it, people are saying, oh, so when you growing it back out? And I'm like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I get that a lot. Like, oh, so are you gonna grow it back out? I'm like, Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not growing it back out.
Yeah.
I shave this my hair grows back really quick as well.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is what I've realised as well. I'm like, wow, this is like crazy. But it's better than spending 17, 20 quid on a haircut every 2 weeks.
It does,
You know, so
the maintenance side of it, yeah, like, even me, like, I use the Harry's razor at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And it's actually really good because it can shave down hair. If I've left it, like, for, like, even 4 days, 5 days, I can still get it off with that. Yeah.
I need to get
It's
that.
impressive, man. But even now, after doing it for, like, well over a year now, yeah, you know, sometimes I think, oh, I can't really be bothered to, like, shave it. But I think that's almost a good place to be in, where it's like you're not really, you know, neither here nor there about it. But yeah, it does grow back quickly, and I'm not gonna lie. There's been a few times, even when I've come back from China, right, where I thought, oh, maybe I'm eating better, sleeping better, less stress. I've been like, is it growing back?
You know, you think no one talks about this. Yeah. You think to yourself, because I still have hair here. Yeah. I still had the hair. It was just thin. That was it, and I just didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And my brother's like, it's great. Look at it. You still have a hairline. You can grow it. You know, you can grow it back if you want to. And I was like, yeah, but like, do you know how great it is to, especially now I work, right? Now I'm working again. I just wake up, I shower. Yeah. I sweat. I cut throat, shape up my own beard and everything, right? I've been doing that for years. So I can do this and it looks great. I shower and I dry off within like 2 minutes. Yeah, you put on clothes and you leave. You know how sick that is? Yeah. You know how great it is to kind of walk out and not... And I don't have to worry about where the hair's going or whatever. Whereas, like, we'll go out with my brothers or whatever, and they're like, "Oh man, it doesn't stay in that same spot." I'm like, "Should we just leave?" Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
Well, we're sat here in the garden, so you know there might be a bit of changes in light if you're watching on the YouTube video. Oh, yeah. You know, it's windy, and can you imagine being sat here with that thin hair? You know, you'd be like, "Oh, you know, like."
The wind is going this way and this way.
Sorting it out.
I would be so paranoid on camera because it'd be like. Do this, I'm like, oh, please don't, please don't.
So how has it been afterwards? Like, how has life changed? We spoke about, you said you seen my most recent video where I was talking about, you know, a lot of guys, they will think before they take the plunge, like, oh, you know, I think maybe if I just lose 2 stone, then I can do it. Or if I just grow my beard a bit more, then I can do it. Right. You know, or, you know, I'm just a bit stressed out at the minute. Like, I don't know, I'll just wait till I feel better and then I'll do it. But in my opinion, if you can take that first step of shaving that hair, all the other good stuff will follow. Yeah. Right? So how has life changed afterwards? Have you noticed any other good things coming your way?
Absolutely. I think taking the plunge back. My dad's back. He's fine. He'll see crack. Like, how's it going? We'll just say hi, then we'll crack. I think what's crazy is the fact that, you know... Hello, Dad. You right? We're just recording a podcast. Yeah.
Say hello if you want.
Say hello. We're live. So...
We'll catch up in a sec.
So we'll catch up in a bit. But, like, what's crazy is... When it happened, you're thinking to yourself, like, I have built up this whole idea about not having hair, all this stuff... am I gonna look okay? Am I gonna whatever? I'm gonna look at. I think, to be honest, you'll always give yourself excuses. Yeah. We're just not just talking about hair, but in life in general, right? Or I'll start this when this happens. Or I'll do this when this works out. Or I'll do this when I get hench up or shred up a little bit. Oh, I'll do this when I start growing a beard. Oh, I'll start doing my passion when this works out. There's never a time. There's never a right time. I think the best time to do anything in life is right now. Yeah. Right? And I think that's what you spoke in your last video, and I think that's what I spoke in mine as well. Yeah. Which is so crazy. And I feel like once I just did it, I just did not even care. Even if my whole family thought it looked like crap, it looked rubbish or whatever. Like, I like it. That's all that matters about how I think about myself. And I was thinking to myself, what else am I overthinking? Other areas of my life I'm overthinking. Right? And let's just not care anymore and just do what makes me happy. Yeah. And it's once you do this, you'll see a ripple effect, right, in so many areas of your life. Yeah. I can't explain it. I know you understand it, and the other people that have done it as well can understand that feeling. But other people behind the camera thinking to yourself, it's a whole ripple. It's not just the act of shaving your hair. It's the act of shaving your hair, and just doing it for yourself. But then it's a ripple effect of doing other things for yourself that makes you happy.
Yeah, it's often like the first opportunity, especially if you're a young guy,
Right.
where you've like really had to dig deep, right? Build up confidence in yourself and take like quite a big action. And I think it then shows yourself. It shows, you show yourself then like, oh, like I dealt with that.
Yeah.
And I was worrying about that for so long, and I just dealt with it. Like, what other things can I figure out?
100%.
Or like, what can I go on to do now? And that's, again, we talk about it a lot because I think it's so hard when you're in that down point with hair loss. It's so hard to see that. You think, what are these guys talking about? Like, you're just shaving your head. And even other guys do it like, oh, it's just shaving your head, mate. It's like not even a big deal. But it's way more than just the action of shaving your head.
Of course. Some people are not that resilient
Yeah.
to it as well. Everyone works very differently. I'm a person that thinks about everything. If I do this, then what happens? Will I get girls? Will this happen? Craziest thing. The moment I did it, right? Someone messaged me saying, "Oh, by the way, I like bald guys." I was like, "Wow!" It hasn't been 2 days. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
I was scared about getting female attention or whatever because I was like, "No one wants a bald guy."
Yeah.
No one wants a bald guy. Like, it's weird, but actually, honestly,
before you were sat there doing it, I remember you were looking back at those pictures and you were like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be so bald.
Dude,
like,
so scary.
I'm gonna look like a bald man. Like, what's it gonna be like?" And it's a valid concern. But I think it comes down to the confidence thing.
Man,
like
100%.
I think women, they are looking for someone who's got their stuff together. They got their shit together.
But also people as well.
Yeah.
Your confidence within yourself is infatuous with other people around you.
Yeah.
When I did it, I had friends of mine that were dealing not with hair loss, but with other things.
Yeah.
Coming up to me. I've had so many messages.
Oh, yeah?
On Instagram, on, YouTube, even through Facebook. I didn't even put it on Facebook, but someone messaged me on Facebook saying, "Oh, I saw your video on the Baldcafe." I was like, whoa.
Oh, yeah?
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I never go on Facebook. I don't have it on my phone. I logged into my laptop to find out when my friend's birthday was in case I missed it, right? Right? And then I get a message like, "Oh, I saw your video." I was like, that means the world. Thank you so much. But it's crazy how it's just all in your mind, man.
Yeah.
It's literally all in your mind.
Yeah. So you've had people reaching out. I was going to ask actually in your friends group or at work. Have you noticed other guys dealing with hair loss? Has anyone sort of spoken to you about it?
I've had, as soon as kind of the video, last weekend I was in London, friend's birthday, friend's wedding and everything. So it was a very long weekend. And so I was catching up, excuse me, I was seeing a load of people that have seen me for the first time since I've done it. And people were pulling me aside and saying, "Listen, that video that you did made me feel way better about not hair loss. They're not dealing, but with other things my skin condition or with the way I look or the perception of myself." It's crazy. Once you kind of do something and you're so confident within yourself, the people around you know that that's a big insecurity that you have.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're dealing with it and you just don't care and you're owning it, and you're putting that confidence out there within yourself. It's not being arrogant, not the arrogant confidence, all that, but confidence with being comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
Being confident with who you are, right? Yeah. And then that has a ripple effect with the people around you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love that. That makes me so happy that a person in my circle, or someone that I don't even talk to, that I don't even talk to, or someone that I don't even know messaging me, that really helped me.
Yeah.
See that, and that's what you do with this community as well.
Yeah.
You have so many people that, I'm just a random person that came across your videos, right? Yeah. And I was like, I need to message this guy.
Yeah.
And we'll make some stuff. And look, we're just doing this. It's so weird, man. It's so weird how life works out.
It is, and it's funny because we've actually got quite a few people watching on the YouTube channel now and listening, I'm sure, who similarly aren't losing their hair, but they are just drawn to the sort of positivity,
absolutely,
and this whole idea of like I said, staying positive, dealing with these insecurities, and also I know this sounds so simple, but just being a nice person. Man. I've said it before, how people only say negative stuff to you if they themselves are hurting, or they are struggling to deal with something. We talked in the last video about this envy-driven criticism, right? Where in friends groups and things like that, you know, if someone sees you getting on with it and just like, I'm dealing with that insecurity. That's not gonna hold me back.
But they're not dealing with theirs.
And they're not dealing with theirs, or you know, they might not even talk about it, but just deep down they know they've got something going on and they're struggling to deal with it. They will not lash out, but they will express that through, you know, being like, "Yeah, looks stupid, mate."
No, but that's
it doesn't look stupid.
Exactly, but that's even a bigger conversation as well, because I feel like every single human being.
Oh yeah.
In this world has insecurities.
Yeah.
If I had a full head of hair, if you had a full head of hair, there would be a million other things that you pick out.
Yeah.
Right? Same with anyone else. Everyone else that is watching or whatever is dealing, if it's hair loss, if it's something else. It could be hair loss, it could be other things as well. We're dealing with, so even after shaving, you're dealing with stuff, I'm dealing with stuff, we're all dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
Right? It's just trying to just embrace whatever you have.
Yeah.
And just like riding with it, because I think just being your true self, you'll just be happier.
Definitely. Just being self-aware and recognizing, like, if you feel, you know, if you're thinking, like, if you find yourself, right, if you catch yourself saying to someone like, look at that guy in his, like, Mercedes or whatever, like, guarantee that that's, like, financed, you know, he's, like, scraping by just to pay for that car.
People say,
hey, I don't know that. He could be minted and doing really well with himself, but because maybe I've not got the money to
that's a reflection of themselves. Do you see? Because I would think, naturally, I'm being transparent here.
Yeah.
If I see a nice car, I'm like, did they buy it? Did they get it on finance?
Yeah.
But is that a reflection of myself? But is that a reflection of myself as
100%.
well? Like, that's the thing, right? So I think you just gotta. Everyone's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Do yours.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. I'm gonna do mine and just live my best life or whatever.
Yeah, I look at the comments that I get in the YouTube, and now every time someone says something like, "You need to cut that beard, man. It looks so stupid," and I think to myself, okay, one.
I can't believe that. In person, it's fire. Like it's good in person, man.
Cheers. One, I'm like, okay, I know that you're writing that because, okay, fine, maybe you don't think it looks good, but you're only writing that because there's something you 100% have got something going on that you don't like about yourself.
But don't you feel sorry for people like that?
So, 100%, and I never
taking
ever
5 minutes of their time to write something out.
Yeah, and I never say to them like, well, you know, you obviously you know, a mug, whatever. You know, I never respond like that. I just say like, yeah, okay, like cheers,
respect,
or whatever. You know, because I know that I'm chilling, I'm cool,
100%.
and I hope that you can get there too.
Definitely, man.
Anyway, let's switch it up a bit, right?
Sure.
So, I just want to talk one more time about if you can pick one thing that clicked for you, that made you think, look, I'm gonna stop the Rogaine or whatever. I'm not gonna do that, and I'm going to shave it off, right? If you can pinpoint one thing, the most important that you think gave you that thought in your mind that the best option is just to shave it off.
The turning point.
The turning point. Can you pinpoint that?
Wow, okay.
Think about it, man. Think about it all you want.
I think the hair loss accelerated in the last year or so.
Yeah.
It was kind of thin before. It was thin. But I still had a lot of hair. I could still do stuff with it as well.
Yeah.
So if I had to kind of pinpoint one place, I've been thinking about it on and off for the last year, because I think it got to the point where, especially when I was in my grad job after uni, where it was thinning out and everything. I was like, wow, like, what do I do? Castor oil, Regain. Tried Regain. Shreds your hair a little bit, then it grows back a little bit, and it's great. But then it's like, you know how much those things cost and how regular you have to buy it as well? And like, it's all. And then I just thought to myself, like, especially I definitely think it was this year that there was that pinpoint. I think when I was kind of job hunting, broke my leg in bed bound, like leg up, can't move, can't even like shower, like can't even take myself to the shower or whatever. Like, it's a really bad place, right?
Yeah.
Like, so many things is happening. And just you're thinking to yourself, I'm looking at the edge of my bed, I'm like trying to sit at the edge of my bed, looking in the mirror, and I'm like, man, I don't know what to do with this. And that was just one of 1,000 things that was going on, right?
So literally, would you sit there and just be like reflect, because you got nothing else to do, and you just look at yourself, and would you be like,
it's the worst place.
Exactly,
because it's not just about hair. You're just thinking about so many other things as well. You're thinking about a million other things.
Yeah.
In like and because you're by yourself, you can't go anywhere. It's already depressing as hell.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there. I'm like, oh my god, I don't even know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
Don't know, how am I gonna get out of this situation? How am I gonna figure this out? How am I gonna figure this hair thing out? And I think there is when, because I think by then I was watching your videos. When was I watching? I might have been watching your videos towards the end of last year. Came across it towards the end of last year, beginning of this year maybe.
Yeah.
Then I started every time you did a live episode. I was like, that's sick.
Yeah.
The more live episodes I watched, because I was like, after watching the second, I was like, no, I want to see a few more. I just want to see how they look.
Yeah.
And then I think about doing it. The more, every time live episode, I was like, sick. I would just run upstairs, and be like, oh, cool. Let me just see, let's see how these guys look after. Because I always used to type in YouTube, guys, after what they look before and after.
Yeah.
I love those type of videos. Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, can I just try and picture myself like this? And I think that's when I got to the point where I was in a really dark place in my life, like leg broken, trying to find a job, all this stuff. And I was like, you know what? If I want to be the best version of myself, I need to push out from this really dark place.
Yeah.
I need to embrace whatever I am and everything. It was a decision where I tried to flip my perspective. This part of my life is a small blip of my life, right? It's not going to matter in the long term. Same with this particular situation, and this hair particular situation as well. I put perspective into everything.
So are you just thinking about this, or are you writing it down?
I'm writing it down, man.
Okay.
I have a camera. I was just sitting there, and this is footage that I don't think will see the light of day, because this is like this is me talking. This is me talking to me.
Yeah.
My way of expressing myself. Maybe not writing voice memos, but videos where I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
Literally talking to myself.
Yeah.
And I would sit there, Ben, this is happening right now. Trying to come from a perspective of optimism. I'm a very optimistic, very happy person generally.
Yeah.
But when you're in that space, it's very hard to be that person. So I try to be that person on camera. So then when I am going through that stuff, I just watch it back.
Yeah.
And it sounds like super weird and super different, but it really helped me, like just sitting there hearing myself like, listen, you got this, like this is happening right to you right now, this is going on, but this is not going to matter. This particular situation, you're going to heal, you'll be able to walk again, don't worry, right? Just make sure your physio's all done. As soon as you're able to walk, you're able to go and find a job again. It's fine, you'll get to do this. The hair doesn't matter, because you're going to have people around you in your life that love you for who you are, and that's it. Like, I don't want anyone in my life that, that I just want people in my life that want to be around me, who I am, etc. So that's what I would tell myself, and I'm like, oh man, okay, cool. Like sometimes, your inner voice, when something goes wrong, or when you're going through an insecurity, or going through something that you're dealing with, your inner voice can be one of two things. Really negative. So my inner voice is, man, you look like crap.
Yeah.
You are. Like,
ugly,
what type of hair? What type of
old.
Yeah, you look old. Like no one's gonna look at you in that way.
Yeah.
You look like this. This sucks. This is why this doesn't work out, because you're like this.
Yeah.
But then, if you change your inner narrative within yourself, seriously, you have to be your own biggest fan. Like when you're down and out, you can rely on spouses, family members, siblings, friends, but at the end of the day, it's you at the end of the day that's going to take you out of whatever you're dealing with. So your inner voice, I had to flip it and become the most loving person I can be for myself. The best friend like I could ever wish for is yourself, right? So I would say to myself, look, it's only hair. It's fine. You're going to meet someone that doesn't care about that stuff, that will love you way more than anyone else or whatever. You're able to pull this off. You're able to grow. You can grow a beard. The way you dress, everything. You'll be fine. You're gonna make people feel good about themselves because you're feeling good about yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell myself.
Yeah.
And it really helped.
It sounds like you had to then go to the lowest point with it.
100%.
And the turning point for you was that lowest point, right?
100%.
So you had to go all the way down, and then sort of think. Luckily be aware enough to recognize, like, wow, like this is a low point.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally have a conversation with yourself.
Literally.
To say, like, okay, what options have we got here? Do I keep going down this road and it's going to get worse? Or do we switch it up
Exactly.
And then, like you said, you've got to be your own biggest fan, and I love that. I believe in that too. I think
Honestly,
you've got to really champion
you got to be
for
so
yourself.
loving towards
Yeah,
yourself.
and recognize things that you're good at, you know, and just go all in on those, because
Yeah.
everyone is good at stuff. Everyone
Yeah.
can be a nice person, you
Yeah,
know.
100%.
And
We all suck at stuff too, and that's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay to suck at stuff as well.
yeah,
It's okay not to have a certain thing
yeah,
as well, but you just have yours. And I think that it's just loving whatever you have
yeah,
and everything in your life. And it takes like going to a very dark place personally
yeah.
to kind of, and I think we've all been there
Oh
in
yeah,
different stages, whatever stage it is, right? We've all been there. And then it's so crazy. But those places are when you get breakthroughs a little bit,
yeah,
because that's when your head is so, I don't know how to describe that place. It's a very, like, there's a switch. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a switch, right? Where you feel like this for a long time, and then you're trying to build yourself up. You're trying to and then one day you just break through something.
Yeah,
and
you
then
do.
Like, honestly,
I think that's a valuable exercise, and I've done it before. I remember after graduating from university, I was working in that nightclub,
right? Yeah,
and I
you
was
said-
doing like 14-hour shifts.
Oh,
And I'd read it, or I'd heard it on a podcast or something, and it was just like, no, that was it. It was I'd read it on like the some money blog.
Yeah,
I forget
yeah.
which one it is. And it said like, write down how much money you earn, because I was struggling
Yeah.
with money. I was, I wasn't living with my parents. I would obviously moved out. I didn't want to move back. I was getting paid like hourly rate, working my ass off, and at the end of the month I'd have like 50 quid in the bank,
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, like, dude, like, where is this going? I'm like 6 months out of uni. I can't get like a decent, normal
Yeah.
job, And I was like, where is this going? And I remember being in the bar, like, in the daytime, serving these people.
Yeah.
I was like, why am I doing this? Like,
Yeah.
people treating me like shit. Like,
Right.
hey, come over here. Like, my pizza's cold. And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I don't care if your pizza's cold.
Exactly.
Stop moaning about your pizza being cold. Have something real to moan about. Anyway, and I went back to the back of the bar, and I got some paper, and I wrote down like 5 things in different categories
Right.
that I wanted to achieve,
Right. Yeah.
like within the next 2 years or something.
Right.
And it was simple. It could have been like pay off my overdraft.
Right.
Visit this place.
Yeah.
Even goals in the gym. It was it was like health, like money,
Yeah.
and like, I don't know, business or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wrote down 5 things, and I think I was at that lowest point. So if you are listening to this, watching this, and you're at that low point, like, you need to remove yourself. We're gonna get like
Yeah.
airy fairy now,
Yeah.
but you have to get yourself out of that routine, out of that position, and really like almost look at yourself from
A third point. Literally, like you're watching yourself from afar. Like, that's what I swear to God, that's exactly what happened.
You got to get out of your head, and you got to reflect on your life, what you're doing, how things are going,
Yeah.
and write this stuff down. Even if you
Literally.
need to write down like all the stuff that sucks
You have
that's
to.
happening, right? And then like, so I write down, okay, I'm skint, I'm broke,
Yeah.
right? And then off that, you got 2 lanes. Where do you go? Okay, this lane, I get more broke, right? Look at the things that's making you have no money. Or there's the alternative lane. How can I get more money? You realize that there is an alternative.
Yeah.
And focus on those things that you can actually do, because there are always things you can do to get yourself out of that low point.
And I think what a lot of people don't understand or try not to picture is they want to get to their plan A straight away.
Yeah.
They want to get to the plan A straight away. For example, like, I was so, like, in that time, because I leg broken, couldn't work, so there was no money coming in.
Yeah.
Right? I was so broke. You know how iCloud storage
Yeah.
is 79p a month?
Yeah.
I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even afford that. It was
Yeah.
so crazy. It was so crazy,
Yeah.
right? How I couldn't even do that. And I was like, damn. I'm like, how am I 24 and this is happening to me? It takes kind of one step, even if you're, for example, broke or whatever. Just go and get something that's good in the meantime. So I started doing waitering. Like, I was in grad jobs, man.
Yeah.
I was in grad jobs earning, like, working from home, flexi time, all this stuff. I get to go into the client's office whenever. Then I'm just, like, waitering,
Yeah.
serving drinks, serving food,
Yeah.
and, like, getting cash in hand. And I was like, I would get £80 for, like, the Friday and Saturday night. That was 80 quid. Bro, that felt so good. So it's all about kind of little steps. Taking yourself out of that position.
Yeah.
It could be hair loss. It could be anything that's going on in your life. and having just a different perspective and writing. Honestly, I thought you got when you said writing down things that suck.
Yeah.
I think that's so important because a lot of times we don't realize why we're upset.
Yeah.
It's something that you haven't really registered within yourself. Why am I upset? I'm upset because of this, but I've never really internalized that.
Or acknowledged it fully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think if you write something down or like voice talk to yourself in a video format or voice recording, and you just work through that. And honestly, like now coming out of this place, you have no idea how happy I am.
Yeah.
Like I'm nowhere where I want to be. You're nowhere where you want to be,
No.
right? But I am so happy. I'm so grateful to kind of just to be alive, man. Honestly, I'm just so grateful to kind of be here. Just wake up in the morning and I could walk and I can go to the shops. You know how crazy that is? I can go down the stairs. You know how crazy it is to kind of, you have to go so deep into stuff like, I woke up today. I'm so happy. Like I got to get out of my bed and go to the toilet by myself. I'm so happy. I got a job now and it's going great, and it's like, oh my God, I used my card for the first time the other day in God knows how long to pay for a £3 meal deal at Tesco. That was honest to God, yeah. No one can tell me anything. That was the sickest feeling.
Yeah.
But it's like, it sounds so simple or whatever, but
the little wins,
it's
right?
the little wins, man,
little wins.
where you were before.
Yeah.
Because take me back last year, man, that was nothing for me. I was spending whatever.
Yeah.
And with the hair, I had hair. I was styling it. Now, I'm walking around with no hair, and I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel so liberated. I feel like I can do anything right now.
Yeah.
And going back to what we were saying, it's a ripple effect of me taking the plunge. What else am I not pushing myself out there for?
Oh yeah, this is a big one for me. I think people, you always need to have something that you're working towards, honestly, because
100%.
when the last few obviously was doing Baldcafe, but before I was really going in with Baldcafe, I'd stopped studying Chinese and I was just going through the motions.
Right.
And I think if you're in a point with the hair loss and with just everything where you're just going through the daily motions, you know, you're caught up in, like, I don't know, some gossip, like what's going on in the office, or you're all on social media, I think you have to, like, be able to detach yourself, get out of that, like, craziness and look from an outward perspective in, start reflecting. And just very quickly, I know we're talking about a lot of different stuff here, but something that helped me so much to get some clarity on all of these things was to go, this sounds funny, go to a high place, and I don't mean, you know, drugs.
Oh, yeah.
I literally mean, like, I would climb a mountain, or I don't know if you ever watched any of the old episodes where I would go on the top floor of that apartment building, and this is no joke, this is something so crazy. When you're down on this, like, on the floor, right, on this level, everything is above you, and it's like all around you, like this, especially if you live in a big city or something like that, like I was.
Of course.
This is no joke. If you can get up somewhere above that stuff, and you switch your phone off, go alone, right? Take a little coffee, whatever, and just sit there and look out on it all. I'm telling you now, you take it in, and that's when you can really start to reflect. And things will start coming into your mind about how you can deal with this stuff.
This is the craziest thing. I think when you touched on turning off your phone, social media is so for both of us, we use it quite heavily, right?
Yeah, I do.
But we both know, I know, for example, everyone that is posting whatever is a millisecond of their life. And it's a second, it's a moment, right? And you think, oh my God, this person's doing this. Oh my God, this person's doing this. Oh, this person's going through this. Oh man, like the hair's sick. Or like they're going on this holiday, they drive the sickest car, or they're doing this. Do you know what? Like everyone is dealing with stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, don't get sucked into, because everyone is doing this and I'm not doing anything. This is the thing that I did. I'm like leg up, I can't move anywhere. So I'm watching Netflix. I'm on my phone. All my friends are.
And
all my friends.
It gets like stuffy.
Dude, it's disgusting. All my friends are like going out places. My brothers and my friends will come over here. They'd see me. They'll hang out with me for a bit. Oh, we're gonna
probably
go.
Makes you feel worse.
We have to go because we're going to go do this. I'm like, I physically can go. I'm like, oh guys, have a good time. See you later. Then I'm just seeing on their story, on the Insta story. I'm like, oh cool, it looks so fun. Right, whatever. And you get sucked into this place, right?
You
and I think,
bogged down in
like you said, you need to sometimes detach yourself from everything, right? and just clear out your mind. And that's when things come in.
It
You know, when
does,
you said
yeah.
like you're in
Yeah.
a place where you turned off your phone, right?
Yeah.
You look down, and when I'm at a high place, I look down and I'm like, I used to, because my university accommodation was on the top floor. I
Yeah.
saw the whole of the beautiful view. I would sometimes look out, and there'd be people walking. Some people I knew. Oh, that's my friend over there. Like he's just walking into his lecture. Oh, that's someone that I see around the library. Or someone that's in my lecture. Or some random person. Each of these people are on their own path, figuring out their life
Yeah.
in their own way and whatever.
Like
and
people watching.
I'm people watching.
Yeah.
It sounds really weird, but people watching does help.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like it does help, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it in a freaky way. Do it in a very like non-weird way. But like if you watch people, like if I'm in London or whatever, I'm just like taking a minute. We're just sitting with some friends. I just sit out and I look around and see how many people are living their own lives.
Yeah.
Every single human being that you come across on the street, that then in your workplace or even at home, is going through something.
Yeah.
And what can I do? When you said about being a nice person, what can I do to kind of help at least one person?
Yeah.
Even holding the door open, even just
yeah,
being
that
nice,
helps.
even just being smiling at someone.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you're back in England now, right?
Yeah.
People don't really smile at each other that much, do they?
No.
What's it like? What's it like back in
in China?
Yeah.
I mean, do people smile a
Do
lot in
people
China?
smile
Yeah,
there?
they kind of do. There is a
I mean, you
friendly
look
atmosphere.
very different to people there, so
Yeah.
that, I mean, people must like you.
But there is one thing that there are good people here, and there are good people out there in the world. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, there's good and bad people
know,
everywhere. So.
But I agree. Do those little things. Hold the door open for that person.
Yeah.
You know, choose to do those things.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. There's a lot of stuff we've talked about that can get you into that good place.
Yeah, of course.
And I think it starts with get yourself into a place of like calmness where you can kind of detach from the current like craziness that's in your head,
productive routines
the
as
worrying with it. Yeah, productive
well.
routines.
Exactly.
You know, be nice, get to that high place
Just
if you
get
can.
active as well.
Yeah,
Sometimes
get
just
active,
getting
do
out.
stuff.
You know what? I would sometimes just, you know, in the forest I just showed you, Dan.
Yeah,
I'd sometimes just walk there by myself.
yeah.
Honestly,
Just get
some
out
of the
there.
best. Like you win. There's no technology everywhere. You just walk in. It's just clear your mind a
Yeah.
little bit. It's just little things that you can do, and I really hope someone takes away from this and like.
Yeah, I guess it takes away that we're all dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously we
And
went
it's natural to feel what you're feeling.
Yeah, we went off the hair loss a little bit, but
Yeah.
hey, it's all part of a
Of a
bigger
bigger,
problem,
it
I
is a big,
guess.
yeah.
So sweet.
No, but honestly, like I think what you're doing, anyway, has helped someone like me, and you've met me now in person.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is honestly.
And it's not weird.
It's not. It's like we've been talking like we've known each other for a while now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like it's so weird, and I think that with, you know, making people feel good about themselves makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
It makes
yeah.
me feel good.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I try to be such a selfless person.
Yeah.
Because doing things for other people, but like what Baldcafe is doing, right? Helping people like me, so many other people, just sitting there on the other side of their screens, right? Whether they're commuting or whether they're sitting at work or whether they're sitting at home, like dealing with whatever, and then knowing that, like the video that we did, right? I looked at it, it's got 23k views.
Yeah.
That's a lot of views, man.
It's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. And I was looking through the comments.
And it's getting crazy
It
now.
is,
You
and
know,
it's such a positive movement.
yeah, oh yeah. There's a lot of good people involved with Baldcafe.
That's
now.
amazing.
A lot of good people. And it makes me feel good knowing that we've started something awesome here. And like I said, you know, long may it continue. It's honestly, it's an absolute pleasure for me. Anytime anyone wants to connect, hit me up on Skype, hit me up in the DMs or anything. Like,
Yeah.
Honestly,
Honestly,
it makes me realize
because
how
I
good
used to
people
think
are.
I did think I was thinking, should I DM you?
Yeah.
And I was like, what's he gonna be like?
Yeah, I
What-
wondered.
dude,
I guess people do worry about that.
people do
right?
worry about that. So let me, from a perspective of from the other side of
Yeah.
seeing your videos, right? So I would sit there and you'd be like, well, send me a DM if you need anything, or like send me a DM if you wanna. I'm like, for a whole week, I'm like, I'm gonna send him a DM, and then I was
Yeah.
like, actually, I might not send him a DM.
Yeah.
Because what if he just doesn't reply, or what if he's just an asshole or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
what he could be like, whoever.
Yeah.
I remember DMing you. I remember it was a decision. I was like, I'm gonna do it this week. Cool. I'm gonna shave my hair this week. Okay, cool. And I messaged you, and I just left it. And you hit me back so like quite more quickly than I expected.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, like you actually took your time to actually touch base with me and everything.
Yeah.
And like especially the Skype call as well. Like honestly, if any of you guys are really thinking about doing it, the
get
more
in touch,
just get in touch. The more people that you have them live episodes, the more people will feel more like. The more live episodes I saw, the more I wanted to do it. Right. So the more you guys like reach out and like this whole idea, the whole community is so good.
That's the beauty.
Everyone
of it
is so nice about it.
Yeah.
Like in the comments as well. Like I was looking through it. I'm like, it made me feel so good about myself.
It's just like that's the beauty of this Baldcafe movement now.
Yeah.
It's so genuine.
It is.
You know, everyone who's involved with it is so genuine. Like I honestly have a huge passion for it now.
Yeah.
Like, it's like my baby. This Baldcafe stuff. It's like
It's a beautiful baby.
It's my everything.
Yeah, man.
Really is. And I personally, selfishly, get so much out of it, you know, and I've never once, you know, had a conversation with someone and thought like, oh, I shouldn't have done that or whatever, you know. It's a pleasure, and I thank people all the time for it, for their time, for getting involved. And like you said, if there's anyone who wants to do it, I never hit someone up and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll have this conversation with you, but only if we can film it and put it on the internet. Like, that's not what it's about.
It's not about that.
When someone feels like, you know what, watching those videos of those guys going through it helped me get to this place where I can be comfortable with it.
Help me.
You know what? I'm going to do my part. I'm going to share it too.
Exactly.
And I'm going to have a knock-on effect to, you don't know how many people. Could be 10,000 dudes, you know?
It could be.
Like, we think about, I've had altogether now, I don't know how many views, more than like, it's ridiculous now.
Yeah.
I don't know, 2-3 million views.
Crazy.
You know,
on
all
channel,
of the videos. Yeah.
Wild.
And I think, wow, like that is genuinely helping out so many people.
Yeah.
And hey, we're going next level now. We got the gear. We got the podcast.
It's amazing.
Gear,
it's actually so good.
We're in person, and
it's a movement. It's actually happening, and that's the thing. Like, if you can have, it could honestly like this thing, and I truly believe it.
Yeah.
Like, this is your baby. This could help so many more people. Not just about hair loss, but about how to kind of overcome certain things in their minds as well, because it's a ripple effect of other things as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, it has been an absolute pleasure.
It has.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Do you know how sick it is to kind of like sit down, like having that chat over on DMs, right? And then having that chat on Skype and then having this chat in person.
Yeah.
Like,
and you've got through it, man.
Honestly.
It's a whole journey for yourself.
And I'm so grateful, because I think ultimately it's always your decision, right? But you help so, like, that's the thing. You've helped me, and obviously you've met me. But imagine the amount of people that you haven't even met.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
and
never commented.
Never commented as well. That's crazy. And I just think that the more people kind of jump in the comment section and get involved, even if it's not, you don't have to shave your hair on camera, but if you're just getting involved in the comments and telling people they look great, do you know that does? A comment like I think someone wrote in one of your comments was, "You look so handsome." And you just seem like such a lovely person. Yeah. Do you know what? I was having a really bad day as well that day, right? Randomly, right? Like we all do. I saw that comment. Man, it made my day.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it was so nice. And honestly, like I feel like this is honestly, I believe this is gonna do so well, and I believe that this whole movement's gonna help guys.
Genuine. I think just how genuine it is.
That's the thing. It's not fake. It's not. Yeah. That's the thing. Like,
I was having a conversation with my dad about this because my dad's old school, and he was saying to me, Harry, like you need to get a job, like you need to be real about this stuff, And I was like, Dad, like I'm here, and I'm going all in with this.
Do it, man.
And I was like, I have to do this. I was like, do you know how good it feels to have someone message you and say, I've been struggling with this for the last 2 years of my life, and just watching your videos, seeing the guys on there, the comments, people being so positive about it, helped me change that perspective in my mind to think, you know what? I can do that. I can 100%. Just get on with it. And he's like, and you completely changed my life for the better. And I was like, nothing. Yeah. There's nothing else I could do in the world that is going to make me feel like as good as that. You
could have, for example, the most corporate job, 6 figures or whatever, but it'll not make you feel like that.
No, and that's the honest truth. And honestly, I got to thank you, also for being a part of it, because that is ultimately what makes Baldcafe the place it is now. So
thank you as well, because I think from my point of view anyway, like you said, I'm trying to now figure out more of a creative path in terms of visual arts and everything, and like inspired. Like that's the thing. Like when you make a piece, like I make something creative, and someone's like, "That's so sick!" Like that mean that's amazing. And if I'm doing videos like this as well on my channel, people messaging me about it. Like, you know how good that feels?
Yeah.
Like, even though, for example, I don't have a scope like you,
Mm.
right? Like, you have like 23,000 that viewed yours. I had like 300 people, but that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
300 people. I'm like, that's 300 people
Yeah.
that took time out of their day to watch my half an hour video of me talking to myself.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Like, even if it's just one, I think a lot of people, like, talking about like dreams or whatever, like a lot of people won't start or won't go all in because they're just like, what are people going to say? Or even just about hair loss, what are people going to say? It's all about what people think of what people are going to say. Like, what are people going to say if I do this? What are people going to say if I shave my hair? What are people say if I go all out in the podcast and helping out people?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, you don't want to live life. The more, if you go out now, all out and everything, right? You're not going to regret this when you're old. When you're older,
No.
like, you know what? I had an opportunity to kind of do this. You're honestly,
No regrets.
there's going to be such a. It's going to be such an important. It's going to be so important, man.
Yeah.
Like, people have no idea how big this is going to be.
We're doing good work here, and long may it continue. Like
Definitely,
I say.
man.
So listen, thanks everyone.
Oh my
right?
God, seriously.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you for everyone who's listening, watching, get involved. You know, I love doing this stuff, and I hope that people I know that people get a lot out of it.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah, so, you know, we talked a lot in this episode. You can see Ben's here. He's smashing it. You know, he's doing he's just not looking back.
Honestly,
nothing
like,
to look back
honestly,
on.
man, like,
You got through it.
just
That hair loss
yeah.
worry, the door is fully closed on that.
You're just so much more happier.
Yeah.
And like, you actually just realize actually no one cares. And no one cares about your insecurity because they're busy thinking about theirs.
Yeah, that's what it all comes down
Yeah,
to.
literally.
And I hope that these conversations help you, you know, plant that seed of positivity in your own mind. Know that you can get through it. Guys, I want to thank you so much for listening. If you're listening on the podcast, if you're watching here on YouTube, we got loads more to come. Don't forget about the merch.
Show the merch again.
Check it out.
Beautiful.
Adam there, myself and Adam.
Look at that.
Grab yourself a piece, link in the bio, because it's going to go into, you know, funding all of this stuff, straight back into Baldcafe. This is my dream. We're going to realise it. It's happening now. This is the thing. We're realising it.
Man.
So, as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for having me, man.
And
Pleasure.
we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Take care.
Run fast and don't stop at the end. You can be